Hey, I don't care if you're one of those people that thinks the media is just blowing this out of proportion, or if you're from the camp that believes, hey, we're not paying enough attention to this. One thing's for sure, though, the coronavirus is impacting us. So what do you say we jump into it? Now, up until probably a week ago, I would say I'm from the camp that thought we were overreacting about the coronavirus, the COVID-19. And although it is a big deal, I thought we were blowing it a bit out of proportion. Now, obviously, it's all over the news. It's all we're hearing about. And even when I'm going to different events locally, that's all we're hearing about. But I started reading some articles, and most notably, one that really stood out to me is Jonathan Pollard shared a link of this article on LinkedIn. And the article was by Jeremy Samuel Faust, who's a physician at Brigham and Women's Hospital here in Boston, as well as an instructor at Harvard Business School. And Dr. Faust was just going into all of the misconceptions about this virus and a lot of the numbers behind fatality rates and infection rates those were really blown out of proportion, and we really didn't have all the facts about all of them. So these were the types of articles that put me in one of those camps. But we can't deny that it's impacting us. And me personally, as I mentioned in my last video, I was slated to go down to Washington, D.C. for the PLRB Claims Conference. But there was another conference in this convention hall just beforehand, CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Committee, and it's been all over the news that somebody was diagnosed with the coronavirus. So PLRB had no choice but to shut the conference down. So this weekend I spent scrambling trying to cancel flights because I was slated to go out to California as well following that. So trying to rearrange all of my flights, my hotels, etc., etc., etc. So it's impacting me. But there's a much bigger impact here. Yeah, it's impacting me personally because I've had to change some things around. But let's think about those people that organize the PLRB conference. First, let's think about those conference organizers. They've put in about a year's worth of work, and all that time, effort, the work they put into it kind of got put on the back burner. And then we have all of the speakers that were hired to come and present to the attendees. Not to mention all of the vendors who were planning on exhibiting their products to all the attendees. But PLRB did what they thought best. There's a risk, and they needed to reduce that risk. That's what we do in insurance, right? They wanted to reduce the risk to the attendees, the speakers, the presenters. And they did what they felt was best, considering all of the information that's been coming through. So yes, I'm bummed out that I wasn't able to run into friends, both old and new, hear some great speakers, learn about some new products out there. And I was excited to speak to a lot of people about my company, Social Survey, and talk about certain ways that we're partnering with carriers right now. So this is only the first insurance conference that I've heard that has been impacted. I've also heard that South by Southwest is canceling. I'm sure there are going to be other insurance conferences that are either canceling altogether or delaying the events. This is a huge deal to these organizers. This is having a far-reaching impact across our industry, and not just for this conference. It's going across the industry right now. And sure, there are misconceptions still about the fatality rates, the infection rates, etc., etc. And we're not going to have all of the information right now. But I think it was PLRB in their best interest to do exactly what they did. I want to thank them because they did. They put in a heck of a lot of work so this conference would go through, and unfortunately it wasn't in the cards. So I want to thank them. Let me know what you think about this whole coronavirus pandemic. Share your thoughts in the comments here. Shoot out another video response. I want to know how it's impacting your life. Is it impacting your travel, whether it be business or personal? Is it impacting your company? I'd love to hear about it, and I want to have a conversation about this with leaving all of the numbers and the hyperbole out of it. What do you think about it? I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it, but until then, JB out.